Oh no, it's going to rock the camera. Oh, it's going to.
My ankle is
That was
swollen.
very subtle.
Delicately putting my
did
feet
do
up.
it. We have a lot to cover. We did a lot.
We did so
This
much.
is actually more than a week. It's 2 or 3 weeks.
It's all of our lives. I think we're in purgatory.
No.
I think we may have died
We accomplished
and gone
a lot
to
of
purgatory.
things. We accomplished a lot of things.
We did, but does it not feel like that as we accomplish things, the projects just keep growing?
Well, I mean, that's the good thing though about getting some of those rooms finished. We got the first few rooms are basically done.
Basically, except I look in there and I'm like, I gotta paint the inside of the closet. I gotta fix the trim. The wallpaper has a little peely part I gotta fix.
We'll go through the whole house and then we'll come back and we'll go through
and
the
then
whole
all
house
the
again.
floors have to be done.
Yeah.
I'm so tired, and we're what, a third of the way finished? Probably.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we touched a lot of rooms this time. So let's go through. Let's go through. Oh, you're gonna hurt me.
Oh,
see? And
I've already
the house
punched you in the
punched
face.
back this time, as you can see. So let's just go through all the work that we did.
Okay.
In the first bedroom, we haven't talked about the fact that I did the drop ceiling for the bathroom.
Oh.
And we had some plumbing done. I don't know if we talked about that last time.
I don't think we did, because we had not had any plumbing done last time at all.
Okay,
we were still trying to get the plumbers out there.
We finally got some plumbers out there.
But you should explain the drop ceiling, because that sounds like a dirty word. That sounds like something we would normally take out.
We had to put a load-bearing beam on a load-bearing wall to span the distance of the bathroom.
Yes.
And so we dropped it a foot. So our normal...
Your shirt smells like the Wagon Wheel restaurant.
That's a good thing.
It smells hush puppies.
Hush puppies. Okay. That would be roast beef.
No, it smells like hush puppies.
All right. We're never going to get done with this video if you keep smelling my shirt.
Sorry.
Okay.
We had to drop the ceiling.
Just a foot.
Yeah.
So it'll still be 10 feet.
So, oh no, the bathroom only has 10-foot ceilings.
Right. But, we got some electrical to do in there and all of that stuff. But we got that done. So we touched that room a little bit. The bedroom, the main bedroom,
a lot of it,
kitchen, the dining room,
a lot of it.
Seemed like something else even. Well, we did some work in the backyard, had some additional plumbing.
So there's a lot to discuss. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
So, first bedroom.
All right.
You did the ceiling, and then the plumbers came. That was the big deal.
Yeah.
Because we've been waiting on the plumbers for the length of a Bible.
And we got them out there, and we actually got a hot water heater even.
Brand new, fancy hot water heater. Before anybody says anything or asks any questions, yes, it's meant to be outside. It's perfectly fine for it to be mounted outside. That's how it's designed. We'll build a pretty little box around it so you won't necessarily see the robot, the R2-D2 on the back of the house.
They're going to be putting a big shed right there anyway.
But it is meant to be outside, so it's perfectly acceptable for it to be there. But Kevin took hot showers in Pearl.
I stayed there
for a week before I got there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was exciting.
I took cold showers for a long time.
Which was not exciting.
For several days. And then finally at the end of the week that I was there, got to take a hot shower.
And then they roughed in for the front bathroom. So I think next time we go, we're going to be working on the outside because the weather's pretty. But that front bathroom probably needs to be a priority once we get back to work.
Mm-hmm. And then, but we are moving outside, going to start working on some scraping and painting. That'll be exciting.
But what did we do last time we were there?
Last time we were there. Okay, so in the main bedroom, we did a lot.
First, I had to scrape this stinky nicotine enriched old lining paper.
You had to take it all down because it was stinky.
So stinky. We always run into projects that we didn't think we were going to have, and we were going to have to do. And this is one of them. So this is liner paper that was underneath the wallpaper. The wallpaper came off the liner paper really easily, and the liner paper was stuck to the wall. It was really pretty secure, and so I thought, oh great, I'll just put fresh liner paper over this. The wallpaper, it'll be fantastic. But then I scraped a little bit of it off in a spot, and the smell of cigarette smoke was overwhelming. And I realized this room has just kind of a miasma of cigarette smoke, and it's in this paper. So sometimes you got to do what you didn't think you were going to have to do, and you have to take down the cigarette scratch and sniff wallpaper.
We put up all the smoothing paper.
Yes. which when you start out, it seems like it's not going to be a big deal, right? It's like, oh, this is so easy. And then by the time you're done, it is the worst job that's ever been done.
Smoothing paper?
Yes.
Not quite as hard as wallpaper, but it's got its own challenges.
It has its own challenges. I would say they're equally difficult because
Really?
they just sort of have their own challenges.
You just don't have to be as precise with the smoothing paper, which is nice.
Yes. So I did that over the whole room.
Actually, I think before we did either of those, though, I painted all of the cabinets that were there.
You did do that first. You did, because we wanted to do that before we put up the wallpaper.
Before we put up the wallpaper. So I painted all of the cabinets that had been built.
That is hilarious.
I look like a grizzly bear.
You're the Jolly Green Giant.
You know how they spray that stuff on their hair to make them look like they got more hair?
Yeah, is that what you
That's
did?
What I did. I wanted to look like the Grinch.
And you can't tell how green it is on video, or really how much there is. That's really sad.
Dang. And then got all the wallpaper done, which was a big deal.
Huge. We are so excited to have MyHeritage sponsoring this episode. I took MyHeritage DNA test to find out my ethnic background and match me with newfound relatives. This is the most affordable DNA test on the market, and I cannot wait to get my results. It's going to be fascinating.
All right, Laine, I can't wait to hear. What are the results?
I am Scottish.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah, we figured.
Welsh.
Yeah?
A little bit of a surprise. And Eastern European and Baltic.
What?
Complete surprise.
Really?
Had no idea. No clue at all. MyHeritage is the leading global service for family history research and DNA testing. Trusted by 90 million users, MyHeritage not only makes building your family tree a simple and enjoyable activity, it also gives you access to powerful tools that can help you research your family history and grow your tree. MyHeritage is home to more than 18 billion easily searchable historical records, as well as advanced AI technology for preparing, enhancing, colorizing, and animating historical photos. Sign up for a 14-day free trial and enjoy all the amazing features that MyHeritage has to offer. Buy your DNA kit here. Use our coupon code for free shipping. As an added bonus, you can start a 30-day free trial of MyHeritage's best subscription for family history research and enjoy a 50% discount if you decide to continue it. I do get asked fairly often, and often by Kevin, why do we have to take the mantles off? Why can't we just paint them in place? And there's a few reasons. First of all, I like to clean out what's behind them. When I opened up this mantle, there was mouse, squirrel, rat refuse about this high on either side. That's disgusting. Nobody wants that behind their fireplace. So we clean that all out. I have to scrape it off of the hearth tiles because it's stuck. It's piled up and disgusting. Then I've already scraped off a ton, so there's a lot that's not here. We have 120 years of paint buildup where people have tried to caulk around the fireplace opening that's actually hurting the contact between the actual mantle and the tile surround. So I like to clean that off. I like to clean the upper shelf to make sure there are no active infestations in these mantle places, and then clean off the back of the mantle so it's nice and clean. Again, all around the firebox opening, I've cleaned off 100 years of layers of paint. It was very, very thick. This is what came off around the whole inside of the firebox. Some places much thicker than that. And then again, we're cleaning off any animal refuse that was back here. So just give it a nice clean start. We'll get a nice clean edge up here, cleaning off the caulk that people have tried to put on to seal. Give us a nice, beautiful reinstalled fit against the wall. So
put caulk on so that their pictures won't fall behind the mantel.
Precisely.
You painted the trim and the mantle and
Took
the
the mantle
doors.
out. I had to do a lot of stripping on the mantle. It was one. There are some things in the house that have like 2 or 3 coats of paint on them, and then some things that only have 1 coat of latex paint. And that was one of the things that had 1 coat, so it was just like exploding off of the mantle. So I had to take it out and scrape it really good, then give it a nice clean coat.
Very
of
like
paint.
calming green color, which I love.
It's called rain wash.
Rain wash.
Which it was a really hot color a few years ago, but it's a color I've always used in decorating. To me, even though it's green, it's a neutral, and it works really wonderfully with a lot of
But
colors.
it's
So
calming, don't you think?
very calming, perfect
for a
for a
bedroom.
main bedroom, just nice and calming.
Yes.
Which is what I need right now because I need a nap.
Staying in there, even though it's not really in the time order, your dad came back and finished up all of the cabinetry. We
Yes.
still got a few doors to hang, and then of course we got to paint some more.
It did not go smoothly. The
No,
finishing up.
like I said, I got punched in the face with one of the cabinets.
So get a little scrap today, Mr.
I
Barry?
got in a fight with a cabinet.
With the cabinet?
Yeah, you know who won.
It looks like the cabinet won, if you want to know the truth.
Cabinet got some shots in, but I ultimately won. Go look at those cabinets. Are they where they're supposed to be?
They are. They
I
are.
whipped them into
I
shape.
mean, it looks like you and Papa Restoration both
It was a rough day.
went into battle with the cabinets.
we definitely fought those cabinets today, but we won.
But what you doing, Dad?
I've been routing.
Are you wearing your mask?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So very, very tidy project you're working on today.
Yeah. Just, no mess at all with this one.
What you got there, Papa Restoration?
Oh, that's door kits.
Door kits.
Yes.
Like IKEA furniture, I just got to put it together now.
Similar.
Where's your leftover material?
No instruction. I had all my stuff.
Yeah.
This is what I had left over.
How many pieces of?
5 sheets, 3/4, 4x8.
There it is.
There's what we had left over.
We are nothing if not efficient workers.
Exactly right.
All right. Now he's going to make the doors. Woohoo! Yep.
Your dad fell a couple of times.
Yeah. So,
Off
you
of
know, as we age, our centers of gravity change. You know, they really do. Like, you think about when you were little and you could roller skate and hula hoop like it was no big deal.
the
And then you
knees
get
don't work as
bigger
well either.
and you can't roller skate and hula hoop anymore because the center of gravity has changed. And like that, as you get even older, I think your center of gravity changes even more, where you bear more of your load, like in your upper body. You're kind of like holding yourself up with your upper body and less with your legs. And so Mr. Papa Restoration, who is old enough to be my father, obviously. So we're just going to say
Yes.
not a spring chicken, as they would say, decided that he could step straight up 24 inches, like put his leg up and just lift up 24 inches. Now, this is not something he does on
This
the
is
daily.
after working all day too.
This is after squatting,
Mhm.
working for like a week. It wasn't all day. It was like he'd been working all week because those cabinets were the last things
Right.
he put up.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Gravity won.
Gravity.
Gravity was
Gravity
2-0
1,
that day.
Papa Restoration a 0.
Yeah, and cabinetry beat me.
Kevin
1-0.
0.
Although I did beat one of them to death.
You
and-
did.
to
You
get it
did
in
get
there.
the opportunity to wreak your vengeance on it a little bit
But
later.
we got all that installed, and then, man, I think it looks good. Don't
It
you think
really
looks
is.
good?
I can't wait to get it painted and get the handles on it so you can really see and get the little trim pieces up so you can
Yeah,
really
yeah.
see how
We got
it's
a-
going to integrate into that space.
Yeah.
And it's still a huge bedroom. What is
And-
it? Still like 16 by 17 or something,
Something
even
like
with
that.
those
Yeah.
huge cabinets in
Got a
there.
whole wall of just storage cabinets,
2 window
hanging,
seats.
2 window seats that are really like a nook. I mean, it's really
Yeah, once
built
we're
in.
done,
It's
it'll
nice.
really feel like a little private hiding space. Those are my favorite spaces.
So that room is really coming along, getting close. We've still got some more work to do next. Well, I don't know when we'll do it.
I don't know
Maybe when it's cold
I
outside.
don't know when.
But that room is really doing well.
Yes, very, very close to complete.
So I went up early this last
You did.
visit, and you came later with your dad because I was going to demo out.
Yay, you
the
went to prepare a way
cabinetry.
for us.
Yes, I demoed out the cabinetry and the multiple floors. There were actually 2 floors
Well, let's
above
talk-
the
why
original floors.
Why did we need to demo at the kitchen?
Well, we're having to move a lot of stuff around. We wanted to work in the dining room. It was full of
It was our workspace.
cabinetry and tools and everything else.
Yeah.
So we demoed out the kitchen and then moved all of it into the kitchen so we could work on the dining room.
So we'll get to move it again, but that's okay.
That's okay. Found some original flooring in there, which
Yes.
was really kind of cool.
Actually, kind of like 2. We found the original flooring and then the original flooring tacks, which are amazing.
So this is where the original linoleum would have been, that beautiful pattern linoleum that you found.
Mhm.
And then they had painted around the edge of it this beautiful, that would have been blue. But these are your original carpet tacks, the oilcloth tacks. So these would have been used to hold the oilcloth down to the floor. You can see it's still got pieces of it under it.
Underneath, yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. So this is the oilcloth. That was the original kitchen floor. Now, this is a good learning moment.
Is it asbestos?
Is it
Should it be thrown away
asbestos?
immediately?
Should you be afraid of this? The answers to all of those questions are no. Neither is this linoleum. We hear these incorrectly referred to as linoleum rugs a lot. This is not linoleum, this is oilcloth. So this bottom layer this is linseed oil, but you see this black layer in here? That's what people are always afraid is asbestos. This is just felt that's been soaked in bitumen, which is a natural tar. It's what they used to use in the mummification process. It's why the mummies are all black. It's from the bitumen. Sandwiched between 2 pieces of printed paper. So that bottom is printed, the top is printed, and then they're adhesed together with several coats of linseed oil. So it's just linseed oil, bitumen, and felt. Nothing dangerous, only beautiful. Don't pull these up. If you're lucky enough to have one in your house that's complete, leave it and enjoy it, or at least cover it up with something else so that if somebody else wants to enjoy it in the future, they can.
And then you found the 1940s flooring. So there was the original flooring, the tacks, then a weird subfloor, then the original flooring. So we had the oilcloth, then subfloor, then the original linoleum, then subfloe,
And then, that
then
brick
2
linoleum or
layers
whatever.
of linoleum.
It was so hard
It
to
was
get out of there,
unbelievable.
y'all. It was they'd driven it all down with multiple nails, just like
different lengths,
crazy.
different.
But they put those
types.
grip tight nails, that are kind of like screws on the bottom, and it like I would have to cut it into sections because I couldn't get a 4x8 section out, and there would be 50 nails in one of those small sections.
At least
Y'all,
there's video. You're
It was
going to see
hard.
video
it was hard,
of the bed of nails.
but it happened.
So it took you a week to get that out
Got-
and get the
It
kitchen
did.
demoed.
Oh my goodness, and it was hard. actually found, and I went under the house too.
I was gonna say you knew it was there.
Yeah,
we made sure it was there.
We made sure it was there, but it's also going to be in the third bedroom, which we weren't sure
Goodness.
it was going to be there. But I went into the house to look, and it's in both of those.
But you
spots.
realize that at this point you've never said what it is or what we found. Like right now, you haven't said what we found or what it is.
The original pine flooring in the kitchen
is there.
Is there.
And that was a huge relief.
That was great. But got it all out, got it in the backyard, and also had Steven, our main man, Steven,
Yes,
who
he
takes
does
care of our
our
landscaping there. He actually came and hauled it all away, and the nasty shed that was back there. And all
Yeah,
of its
and the
contents.
shed was one of those things that was like eating away at my soul.
Looming over
in
us
every
as like
project,
a dark cloud.
Yeah, in every project there's a thing. There's one thing that I think about all the time. Like, once we're done, we're still gonna have to deal with this weird thing.
Right.
How do we deal with the weird thing? I don't have a forklift. What am I gonna do? And let me tell you what, Steven just came in like with a hammer and showed that shed who was boss. And it's gone now.
Yeah, he took it apart in no time and hauled it away. That was fantastic.
That was amazing. And he does our landscaping. He is incredible. I never have to worry about that yard being anything but perfect there. And it's hard to find somebody who's reliable with landscaping. As a point of fact, we found out this week that I'd been paying someone $200 a week to do Melly's yard. And for like an entire month, I'd been paying him and he just hadn't shown up at all. Not even one time. So the entire town of Monticello was texting me going, have y'all just abandoned these houses? And I'm like, what are you even talking about? And then find out that, so got to find somebody else to do the yard. But I did find somebody. We should be fine now.
Pretty good.
Yes.
So
it's wonderful to have somebody reliable.
Yeah, and I can't tell you how jealous I am of that yard because it's so much prettier than ours.
I know.
In Conway, but anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah, great grass, amazing. Anyway,
then we moved on to the dining room, like I said, and started getting some work done in there.
Which I thought was going to be.
And you keep saying
I
that.
know.
Oh, this will be easy.
I really thought, for some stupid reason, I was like, there's not that much to do in here. Until we walked in there and I was like, wait, this is going to be the worst room by far.
Well, one of the first things you did was you took our valuable light. You took
the
all the
uranium
globes
glass
off
chandelier.
that were filthy.
Some kind of weird wax buildup.
Well, just 100 years of stuff.
And this is how I got it clean.
One of my favorite elements that remains in this house that's been here for years, and before that was up the street in another house, is this gorgeous uranium glass lotus blossom lamp, waterfall lamp that's in the dining room. The problem is, look at its petals. Oh, this hazy shadow on all the gorgeous emerald green. So I gave it a good bath to clean off all the dirt, and there was a lot of dirt. But on all of the shades, we have this hazing. We have it on the large shade, and then we have it on the wee baby shades as well. Do you see this hazing? And all that is years and years and years of buildup of polishing and cleaning chemicals. So wax, it's probably wax. I can scratch it off with my finger, but we don't want to damage the paint. So I'm going to show you a great way to get it clean, get it back to its original color. I've already done this petal. You can see very easily, very safely. We're going to get it back to its original condition. What are we going to use? Superfine steel wool and our favorite friend, denatured alcohol. So let's get her clean. Instead of a cloudy, dull shade, we have a beautiful shade that looks like it did the day it was manufactured. This piece is really priceless. These are almost impossible to find when you do find them on the market. They are incredibly expensive. So this is an integral piece to the historic fabric of this home, and we are thrilled to be putting it back where it belongs in the condition it should be in. I just love it. Yeah. Let me do the small 3. We went from cloudy, awful, let's see if I can just focus, not on me, on this, to beautiful lotus green. We've got our uranium glass and then our painted lotus blossom waterfall chandelier back like it was.
So those are looking good, but we're gonna wait and put them back on until we're done in there.
Well, until you are done painting the ceiling. I think that was the big thing.
I
wanted to wait until you were done painting.
Still nervous moving ladders around, but we're probably we've got to do wallpaper, so we will need ladders around in there. So I'm a little nervous because I tend to bang into things.
What? You? No.
I try not to, but it's goodness, can't help it.
Yeah, so I took that down and then I polished up the actual fixture. And nobody panic over the fixture polishing. I know somebody's going to post and be like, "You ruined it. You took off the patina." It only matters if you're going to sell the light fixture. And if these people sell this light fixture, they deserve to have the patina ruined. I wanted it to be shiny and look bright and shiny and new again. Like it's beautiful. It looks so good.
It's going to look great. And we took down the mantle, which that fought me hard. Those flathead screws, they're the bane of my existence.
Absolutely.
But finally got the mantle off. And so we're able to lay it down so you can actually work on it without as much stress, but it's still hard.
It's the worst thing because you're taking the paint off, but then there's also the shellac underneath. And the shellac is so gummy and sticky and gooey. So strippers work okay, but they create a gummy mess. Heat gun works okay, but it's a gummy mess. So ultimately, I've got to get as much paint off as I can and then give it like a denatured alcohol bath and then sand it and then probably strip some more and then sand it and then finish it. Yeah. But we did discover that it is style 33 golden oak.
Oh, I know. That was really cool. It's written down both sides of the back.
Which is crazy to think about 100 years ago. Style 33 golden oak.
You got the paint off of the built-in cabinet there.
The paper, not the paint.
Oh, the wallpaper. That's right. And you got all of that off.
The glass of the beautiful built-in
Why they did that, I have no idea.
I will say when we bought the house, it was crammed full of stuff. And it was stuff that would be in a china cabinet. It was silver and glassware, but it was like I think she really used it as storage.
Yeah,
and so she didn't want you to be able to see inside it, which I understand, but
it wasn't displayed.
For me, that kind of hutch is a display piece and you cram your trash somewhere else, right? Like under where the doors are closed and they're already solid is where you put your stacks of stuff.
Right.
So now it can be used as an actual display hutch again, but I've got so much work to do on that paint because this room is the weird room with the paint. Every other room in the house, there have been several layers of paint, but they've all at least been stuck together, right?
Right.
This room has an outer layer of paint that is completely detached from all the other layers of paint. So the paint's just flaking everywhere. So then it's like, how far down do I scrape? How far down do I sand? It's going to be a mess. I got started.
Yeah, we got the windows out and you got those mostly done or a lot.
And they fought me because for some reason the glazing compound in those had also just like turned to stone. And on these, the steamer didn't work. Didn't matter how much steam I put on that glazing compound, it was not resoftening.
Yeah,
so
you dug and dug and dug to get all that glazing.
My hands are still swollen and sore from trying to get that out. But I did finally get it all out. I only broke one pane of glass, and that was the one that had the bullet hole in it. Well, it had a bullet hole. I was going to try to save it, put some resin in it.
Yeah,
but
you should have known.
I know. I did my best.
Yes.
I did my dead level best.
Here we have a teeny tiny bullet hole. And I mean teeny tiny bullet hole. Probably from a BB. Somebody got a BB gun for Christmas and did this. In this otherwise exquisite pane of antique wavy glass. So I'm going to attempt to get it out of this window frame without making this break the glass. And if I can do that, we'll use a resin epoxy to fill that hole and we'll be able to keep this pane of antique glass. So everybody keep your fingers crossed.
Those have been now taken out, stripped, primed, painted. I can put the glass back in when we get there next time.
You got the paint off of the transom that leads to the porch.
Indeed.
And then got started on the inside.
Yeah, that one I'll just leave that
they
smart
another
strip on there for like 3 weeks until I pull it off. It'll come off as a sheet. It'll be great.
Right.
you painted the ceiling in the dining room, which is kind of how it's turned into your job, except you woke up one morning with vertigo. And I was like, oh no, he's not going to be able to paint the ceiling. A, oh no, he has vertigo. And
That was
B,
weird. One day,
oh no, he's not going to be able to paint the
I took some
ceiling.
medicine and I was better.
You doing your favorite job in the world?
Oh yeah, I love painting. I love staring up. I love
Yeah?
reaching high things.
Yeah, all your favorite things. Is it gonna be done in one coat?
Yes.
No, never.
Will I be done in one coat? Will it be done in one coat?
Well, you may be done in one coat, but it won't be done in one coat.
But the ceiling will not be.
And it's funny because you think it's white. You're looking at it and you're like, this isn't that
Oh,
bad.
I know.
We really could kind of leave this. It's not that terrible. It looks white. And then you start to put white paint on it.
And it was not white. We
Not
decided
white.
it's nicotine white.
Nicotine white is the color. Like that's the Sherwin-Williams paint swatch color that it's
Yes,
been.
nicotine white.
Nicotine white. If you're looking for a white that has like a little bit of orangey brown in
Yeah,
it,
Kind of a
that's a nicotine white.
kind of a tarry
Mhm,
build
yeah,
up, kind
yeah.
of a lung cancery look.
Right, exactly. If you want your ceilings to be white lung cancer, that's what we got going
They
on
look
up
like
there.
the lung that they used to bring you in grade school. And this was a smoker of some like.
Ew.
While I was there and you weren't there, I got some gifts. Some
Right?
kind followers brought us some really great things.
People
A
brought
beautiful
things,
mirror.
and I have an antique mirror like
I mean,
problem. I have a problem with antique
Yeah,
mirrors.
it's a good one.
It's a really, really nice one. It has good mercury glass on it that's aged just perfectly.
And you know what she said? So it was a woman and her mother, and her mother was they were redoing something, I guess. And she said, "What are you going to do with that mirror?" You know what she said?
What?
I'll throw it in the ditch, I guess.
Are we the ditch?
So-
I guess we're now
So
everybody's
she said,
ditch.
"No, you will not. I will take that to Laine and Kevin,
Laine loves it.
and they will use it."
And is so glad it did not get thrown in the ditch.
I know. She said, "I'm going to throw it in the ditch."
How are you just now telling me this?
I know. And then she brought you some great linens.
Yes, that I can use to make my shirts on Thinking of Bees on our website. So if you haven't seen my shirts that I'm doing, go to our website, ourrestorationnation.com, and click on shop and then Thinking of Bees. And you can see the shirts I'm making out of vintage linens
It's really cool.
to support honeybee conservation and to support us so we can afford to do restoration.
I can't go bicycling. I
Oh
can't play
no.
softball. I could get
Oh,
on
there
my
you go. Pull your shirt down.
What do you think?
Look. Cute.
Oh, these are fantastic. Look at the little buckles. The metal buckles at the knee.
I love it. They actually are
So,
really
This
cute.
is gentleman's jaunty day wear, circa 1900.
That's so
I'm a
cute.
jaunty gentleman.
Probably would not fit me.
No. And that makes me feel even worse. I'm going to say they were for a little boy. How about that?
There you
I
go.
only wear a size 6. It's not like I'm huge. I don't feel so bad.
All right,
Like,
so show people what we've
I don't
discovered.
feel so bad at all.
There's a lot. It's got the number, somebody's initials, and age 16. So,
It's a laundry tag. That's what that is. It's a laundry tag. So somebody took these to the laundry and they put their name and the lot of clothes that came in with and age 16. So
That's funny.
I am larger than a 16-year-old boy in about 1900. So I'm not gonna feel real bad about that.
Nah,
I'm
that's-
gonna be okay with that. Now,
that's
when
okay.
I was 16, these would have been too big for me. I can
Yes,
tell you that right now.
there you go.
When I was 23, these would have been too big for me. Oh, but the clock has passed.
Yeah, it was 5 minutes ago.
So I think the last thing that we haven't talked about was that when we pulled the mantle off the wall, we actually found some of the original wallpaper
And
there.
it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. The colors are incredible.
took the fireplace out in the dining room and we found the original dining room wallpaper. We had found little scraps of this in a couple places, tiny scraps. But this is a pretty good piece where we can see the colors that were originally used in the dining room 100 years ago.
And it's actually, the colors are real similar to the wallpaper you're putting in.
Very similar.
Yeah.
I did love that. Now, if I had found the pattern, that original pattern is so
Yeah.
timely,
Yeah.
I could put it up today. And it would be glorious. And I had found a little hint of it, that pattern. I had found a tiny little piece, I think in the main bedroom. And then maybe a tiny little piece
Really?
in the kitchen, but just like tiny little pieces.
A little fragment, a little clue.
A little clue. We know all the ceilings had one wallpaper that was just like a iridescent white with silver leaves. So just something very simple on the ceilings. Some of the walls had that. The
The
living room
ceilings
had
had
that.
wallpaper?
Yeah,
Really?
they were all wallpapered. the walls all had that in the living room and the entryway. And then I think as you got into the bedroom and the dining room, they kind of had coordinating colors in there. And then also in the kitchen, because we have the stencils in the kitchen that were kind of in those coordinating colors and patterns. So love it.
So another great find.
But I found something accidentally.
That the judge left for you. Right?
Yes. That did I cry? Did this hard-hearted Grinch whose heart has not grown 3 sizes ever and is just black and small and shriveled?
It's not true.
Did it cause a tear to trickle? Possibly. We have a really beautiful story about the house that we wanted to share with you and its last occupants. We bought this house from Judge Jim Blau, who lived here for 41 years with his beautiful wife, raised 2 incredible sons, had a wonderful family in this home. And they, for owning it for 41 years, they are so intrinsically part of this structure at this point. We didn't know him when we bought the house. We met him at closing, and then we had a chance to walk through the house with him after we closed on Pearl. And the house was full of stuff. It looked like an abandoned home, but we knew it was just unoccupied. We knew that he owned the home, but he just didn't live in it. But it was strange because you walked through and it was like somebody had just locked the door and left. There were notes left on tables. There were magnets on the refrigerator with little notations. There were some dishes on the cabinet. It was very much like someone left to run errands and just never came back. Well, what we found out was after 41 years of marriage, his beautiful wife passed away. And when she passed away, he locked the door and walked out and got another house and went to live elsewhere. So after we bought the house, they had an estate sale. And we were going through the house with him to see if there was anything we wanted to buy. And there was one thing that caught my eye. And it was just this little picture frame on the wall with a cigarette butt in it and a little saying. And I said, "Oh, what is this? You have to tell me what this is, Judge Blau." And he went on to say that that was something very special to he and his wife. It was a little phrase that he had said to her all the time. And that cigarette butt was one that it was either when he proposed to her or when he got home from Vietnam. I'm not sure, because we do know that during their dating time, he was more into her than she was into him, but he got called up to go to Vietnam and he proposed to her by saying, "Hey, what say if I get home from this alive, we get married?" And she said yes. But anyway, it was this little sentimental memento of their early years together. And I just threw a fit over it. I thought it was the sweetest thing ever. So anyway, estate sale happens. We bought this Hoosier cabinet. We bought a living room set. This we're going to take to Janie. And so we've just left it here. We haven't touched it. We haven't looked at it. I haven't dug through it. But I lost something today. I lost something and I'm looking everywhere for it. I'm thinking, where could I possibly have put it? And I open up the Hoosier cabinet and look what Judge Blau left me. He left that little sentimental thing of his 41 years of happy marriage with his sweet wife, which obviously nobody at the estate sale, it would have meant nothing to them. It meant so much to him. It means so much to us. So it's going to stay with the house because it is part of Pearl's story. Isn't that sweet? I almost died when I opened this and saw it. So thank you, Judge Blau.
Well, that's it. That was a hard week of work, or 3. It was really kind of 2.5, 3 weeks because I was there 3 weeks and you were there too. Is that right?
Yes.
You were there 2 or 4?
No, it was 1 week. And then we came home and then you went back a week. Oh, the gnats are getting me.
Oh, no.
And then you went back a week and then I came the next week. So altogether it was 3 weeks. But I would say 2.5 because there was only a half of the team working 1 week.
I'm only a half. So.
And I'm only a half. So
yes.
if one of us is working, we're only half. So I think 2.5 weeks of work.
2.5 weeks of
but
work.
But you also did a lot of like managerial stuff while you were there. You oversaw the plumbers. You oversaw the cable installation.
I took the doggies to the vet.
Got their teeth cleaned. Did a little mini Mayella and the little Tita Taker Ruru got their teeth cleaned while they were there.
So thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it when you subscribe and follow and share and like
and comment.
And thanks for supporting us on this channel. We love you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.